Right now on Action News Live at midday, we're hearing from the family of one of the victims who survived that bus stop crash that killed 4 people.
Did the doctors say he's going to get better?
Yeah, doctors say a little bit better. But I don't know how long.
She says she wants justice for her brother. We'll tell you what happened today for the suspect in court. Plus, jobs, jobs, jobs. Nevada was not doing well when it came to unemployment, but now a change. We're live with the latest.
What are we doing here?
It's nice to finally relax and to wear what Ann and I wear around the house.
And it's business as usual today for both President Obama and Mitt Romney. But last night, they poked fun at themselves and each other during a very special charity dinner. Stick around for their hilarious jokes.
And they were funny. 11 o'clock is the time. Maybe they both have new futures. Who knows? We have absolutely beautiful weather, and that's the way it's going to stay for the rest of today. 72 McCarran, 67 the Lakes, 66 at Nellis, and 73 in Henderson, 69 Boulder City. Later today, lovely sunshine, light winds, and a high of 85. But times are a changing weather-wise. We'll come back with a cooler forecast and that dreaded W word in just a bit, Lise.
All right, thanks, Mike. Now to our top story. Unemployment numbers have been released, and finally, there is a big sigh of relief for lots of Nevadans. But what does that mean when we compare the jobless numbers to the rest of the country? Hello, thanks for joining us for Action News Live at midday. I'm Lisa Remillard. Casey Smith is off. Although still much higher than the national unemployment rate, new numbers show here in Las Vegas, numbers look pretty optimistic. Action News reporter Michaela Zern is live for us with all the details. Michaela.
Well, Lisa, 2 weeks ago when the national unemployment numbers were released, I spoke with a local economist who said he was cautiously optimistic that we would see an improvement here in Las Vegas as well. And guess what? He was right. A small improvement, but it's something. In September, Las Vegas saw a seasonally adjusted 11.5% unemployment rate. Now, this is down from 12.3% in August, but more importantly, down from the 14% we saw a year ago. Economists say the leisure and hospitality industry is doing extremely well. That industry added around 7,000 jobs last month. People are also finding work in the transportation and retail sectors.
From all indications, things are improving. There seems to be more confidence on the part of employers. They're not laying off the way they were at the height of the recession. They are adding jobs.
Now, an unemployment rate of 11.5% in Las Vegas is still extremely high, and we've got about 160,000 people still looking for work in our state. So a long way to go to compete with the national unemployment rate, which stands at 7.8%. Reporting live, Michaela Zern, Channel 13, Action News.
Thank you, Michaela. Now, the unemployment rate didn't just fall here. That rate fell in 6 other swing states, too, including Ohio, Florida, Wisconsin, Colorado, and North Carolina. One thing to note, construction jobs fell in 28 states, including Nevada, between last September 2011 and this September. Alaska came in first with the largest percentage drop in construction jobs, down about 16%. Nevada came in number 3 with more than 9% lost. That's about 5,000 local construction jobs. The declines could help President Barack Obama at this very critical time. With just 18 days until Election Day, polls show GOP challenger Mitt Romney gaining some momentum with voters. Today, both candidates are out campaigning after a rare opportunity to show their lighter side. ABC's Priti Arla has more from Washington.
Today, the political punches will make their return as President Obama and Mitt Romney get back in campaign mode in the battleground states of Virginia and Florida. But last night, both called a truce, swapping jabs for jokes at the annual Alfred E. Smith Dinner, a Catholic fundraiser.
In less than 3 weeks, voters in states like Ohio, Virginia, and Florida will decide this incredibly important election, which begs the question, what are we doing here?
It's nice to finally relax and to wear what Ann and I wear around the house.
While in New York, the president also stopped by The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. There were some lighter moments, but Stewart also grilled the president on the administration's evolving story about the reason for the attack on the U.S. consulate in Libya.
We weren't confused about the fact that 4 Americans had been killed. Sure. I wasn't confused about the fact that we needed to ramp up diplomatic security around the world right after it happened.
New polls are giving each side some good news with only 18 days left until the election. In a Wall Street Journal NBC Marist poll, President Obama has a strong lead in 2 battleground states. In Wisconsin, the president leads Romney by 6 points. In Iowa, it's an 8-point spread. That's a sharp contrast to a National Gallup daily tracking poll, which puts Romney ahead by 7 points.
Both sides are keeping their schedules relatively light today so they can prepare for the third and final debate on Monday. Preeti Arla, ABC News, Washington.
Republicans are stepping up their game here in the Silver State. Mitt Romney's son Josh is campaigning in Las Vegas and Pahrump today. He's speaking at campaign offices in Summerlin around 1 o'clock this afternoon. After that, he's off to Pahrump for a rally at 3. First Lady Michelle Obama is also headed back to Las Vegas, trying to woo voters to her husband's side. She'll be in Las Vegas next Friday. We will share the details of her trip as soon as the White House releases them to us. Now to a developing story. A deadly plane crash into a mountainous area near Kingman is being investigated by the FAA this midday. Investigators say the pilot, 73-year-old John Edward Sable of Mojave Valley, died yesterday afternoon in that crash. There is a picture of where his plane reportedly went down. Investigators say the man was on his way from Lake Havasu Airport to an airfield in Fort Mojave. Now to an Action News update. The man accused of driving while impaired into a bus stop and killing 4 people made his way into a courtroom this morning. His preliminary hearing was scheduled to begin today, but Gary Lee Hosey has chosen to waive it. He will now be arraigned on October 31st. 24-year-old Hosey is accused of being under the influence when he lost control of his car and slammed into a bus stop at Spring Mountain near Decatur. 4 people died and several more were injured in that accident. We talked to the family of one of those victims, Sean Wang, a 19-year-old student at Global Community High School who was just released from the hospital.
I want to him in jail all life because he drive before, make a lot of people died. I don't want to he go outside all life. He very bad. Kill a lot of people.
In the wake of that accident, the Regional Transportation Commission is again taking steps to make sure this doesn't happen again. It has approved a study that will look at what other cities are doing to keep their bus stops safe. The last time the RTC commissioned a safety study like this, they decided to move new shelters further back from the curb. Still ahead on Action News Live at midday, a little boy's diaper was apparently too smelly for one bus driver.
And he had just pooped in his diaper as soon as I got on because he was having diarrhea.
The kid was sick and he and his mom were on his way to the doctor and were reportedly kicked off that bus. We'll explain why the cops are now involved. Plus, this authority at one high school really threw the book at one of its students. Was she punished for reading?
I hope not. 11 awaits the time. Hey, we've got a beautiful day today, but there are some fairly large changes coming weather-wise for us. Plus, I have news on a meteor shower to take a look at this weekend. We'll do that in just a little bit. 11:11 is the time. Boy, I've got some cool stuff to talk about here weather-wise with you. Let's start off with a live picture outside. A little haze in the valley right now, and we haven't had a whole lot of wind lately or any kind of frontal passage. So, things get a little stagnant out there. That's about the worst you could say about our weather right now. It is lovely out there. 74 degrees our current temp. 75 in Pahrump right now. It's 69 Indian Springs, 73 in Mesquite, and 81 degrees in Laughlin. As we kind of zoom in here a little bit, 69 Boulder City, 67 Blue Diamond, the same in the lake, 73 North Las Vegas, and 72 degrees at Nellis. So if we're to just kind of pen and paper the rest of today down, things look fantastic. Light winds, lots of sun, 85, get out there and enjoy it. Things are going to change a little bit. Again, nothing in the super near future, but you can see as the clouds are strolling along, we do have an active jet stream to the north of us. Now, we have a cold front that's going to head our way. Will not affect us for tomorrow. It will on Sunday. Out ahead of it, the atmosphere squeezes. We're going to pick up some wind. This cold front moves almost right on top of us on Monday and then kind of stalls out and doesn't really get through because you need the jet to really get a powerful cold front through until Wednesday. And so you see the overall pattern next week is for this deep trough of low pressure to drop down the left coast and then drive through the area. Because of that, temperatures will drop off. Now, 61 is the overnight low tonight, 84 tomorrow. There'll be plenty of sunshine. 80 on Sunday with partly cloudy skies. It turns breezy. Now, temperatures will drop off on Monday to 76, then to 77 with just a teeny bit of prefrontal warming on Tuesday, partly cloudy and breezy. And then here comes your jet through. 72 Wednesday, 70 on Thursday with overnight lows in the mid-50s, plenty of sunshine, 77 on Friday. If you're looking for something to do, the Orionid meteor showers are at their optimal viewing condition, and we are going to be in one of the best spots in the United States here in southern Nevada. And that, of course, is for Saturday night into very early Sunday morning. The Orionids can be found by looking southeast near dawn, and they're at their peak, actually, this coming Sunday morning. And just so you know that you're safe, Remillard, because people wonder about this stuff. Mostly microscopic. They hit our atmosphere at 132,000 miles an hour.
All right.
Fast.
Good to know. Thank you, Mike. Now to that story out of Florida that has many of you talking. A Florida teenager missed her homecoming dance because of an overdue library book. Dominique Stearns checked out the book 2 to 3 weeks ago. She offered to bring it back, but says the school wouldn't budge. Dominique's mom went to the high school to complain. She says the principal was not willing to work with her or her daughter.
She did not care one bit.
What did the principal say?
She asked me what grade she was in. I said she's a freshman. She says, oh, there's always next year.
Wow. To make things worse, Dominique says she was never told when the book was due back, and the back jacket of the book has no stamped return date. The school has since refused to comment. A mom in Seattle is pretty upset this midday after she was kicked off a public bus with her 1-year-old son. Apparently, it's because her child had a stinky diaper. ABC's Neil Karlinski has more on the outrage this story has sparked.
Any parent can tell you how stressful it is to travel with a baby. But Nicole Hakimian says the problem she ran into this week when she boarded a city bus with her 1-year-old took it to a whole new level.
He had just pooped in his diaper as soon as I got on.
What's a mother to do? Her son was sick. She was taking him to the doctor. But that wasn't the worst of it. More, as they say, was about to hit the fan.
The bus driver told me that I needed to get off the bus. And I said, why is that? She said, your baby, he smells really bad, and it's not fair that we all have to smell that.
So off she went, according to Hakimian, 4 months pregnant, baby in tow, and still a half-mile from her doctor. A Seattle Metro spokesperson called it a very unique situation. Our goal is always to balance the comfort of all our riders. They're now investigating. But this isn't the first baby booted off public transportation just for acting like a baby. Last year, this video of a Portland woman struggling with a crying baby in the back of a bus went viral after she says she was kicked off for making too much noise.
You can't kick a woman off with her baby. That driver's crazy.
The driver was reportedly disciplined, but who's really to blame when babies interrupt an innocent bystander's bliss?
The baby was just being a baby, pooping or crying, and yet we're saying, get off the bus. So that's clearly intolerant.
When it comes to public transportation, the experts say you just have to expect babies to act their age and hope the grown-ups will too. Neil Karlinski, ABC News, Seattle.
Metro Transit says it won't discipline the driver because the driver did not violate policy, which he acted in the interest of the comfort of all the other passengers. Up next, detergent dangers. It's happening much more often than originally thought. Kids are mistaking those bite-sized laundry detergent packets for bright, colorful candy. Hear what the government is saying about those detergent pods.
The 7-Day Forecast, sponsored by the all-new Station Casinos Boarding Pass. Get the card that gets you meals, cash back, and free slot play faster. Sign up today.
Welcome back. The government is calling it a growing health hazard. In today's health report, children are still eating those mini laundry detergent pods, mistaking them for candy. ABC's Lindsay Davis has all the details.
It's happening much more often than originally thought. Children mistaking these bite-sized single-dose laundry detergent packets for bright, colorful candy. Initial reports suggested poison centers across the country were seeing on average 10 cases a day. But now a new government report out Thursday says in just one 30-day period this summer, almost 500 children were sickened after eating these little packets.
A powerful 3-in-1 detergent.
But parents are learning just how dangerous these highly concentrated packets of laundry detergent can be when kids like 1.5-year-old Isabella Sutton eat them.
Say hi. Yeah, candy. I just figured they got into candy and they were eating candy.
But minutes later, Isabella had severe vomiting and diarrhea and was rushed to the emergency room. Similar reactions have been reported across the country, with many children also experiencing drowsiness, nausea, and potentially life-threatening symptoms like difficulty breathing.
You don't think about safety-proofing laundry detergent.
Back in May, Procter & Gamble, the makers of Tide, told ABC News they weren't just thinking about it. They plan to unveil new child-proof packaging by summer, a new double-latch lid, and a larger warning on this container that some say looks like a candy jar. Now they tell us they've distributed those new containers to stores, but the old containers were never recalled, which would explain why when we went to 4 stores this week, we still found these easy-to-open plastic bags right on the shelf.
That was ABC's Lindsay Davis reporting. Action News wants to make sure your family stays safe. Poison control centers are great resources for everyone that has a concern about these things. You can reach your local poison control center anywhere in the U.S. by calling 800-222-1222. You can call them for an emergency or just if you need to have some questions answered. Car thieves are out there, but some might not necessarily want your stereo or even your car. Coming up, we'll tell you about the latest trend in thefts and why drivers are being warned to take some extra steps, especially if you have an SUV.
No, I have rights. I have the right of education. I have the right to play. I have the right to sing. I have the right to talk. I have the right to go to market. I have the right to speak. So many ears.
British doctors treating that Pakistani schoolgirl shot in the head by the Taliban say she can stand and communicate in writing now. Malala Yousafzai is not speaking because she still has a tube in her throat. She is being treated in the UK after she was attacked on her way home from school. The most valuable thing in your car may not be your stereo anymore. Apparently, thieves are swiping the whole 3rd row of seats from SUVs. The trio right here, you can see them pulling these kinds of crimes off in LA. One breaks into the back, the 2 others dive in. Within seconds, part of the seats are out, and in just 40 seconds, the entire back row is gone. Police say the so-called 3rd seat theft is on the rise, especially in Texas and California.
It feels really bad because, you know, people work really hard for what they have.
Police say they often recover the stolen seats but have no way of reuniting them with the rightful owners. So now police are encouraging owners to engrave the SUV's VIN number into the bottom of that 3rd row seat. All right, up next, a young man known as victim number 1 in the Jerry Sandusky case is sharing the horrors of what he suffered.
Victim means, like, you know, people feel sympathy for you. I don't want that. I would rather be, you know, somebody did something good, like a hero or something.
The trial of the convicted child molester may not have happened without Aaron Fisher's testimony. You'll hear more from him coming up. Right now on Action News, live at midday, a bombshell interview with one of Jerry Sandusky's victims.
But you weren't able to say, no, this guy is a monster, he's sexually assaulting me.
Couldn't do it.
It was his allegations and his testimony against the former Penn State football coach that triggered the investigation that led to the trial, conviction, and sentencing of Jerry Sandusky. We'll tell you now why this young man is going public. Plus, exotic animals here in the Valley. What happens when they get loose? Well, it happened over the summer, and we'll explain a new proposal that would make the owners a little more accountable. And show your support. The Las Vegas Strip will don a different hue today, all for a good cause. We'll explain why.
Boy, is it beautiful out there. It doesn't get much better than this, Lise, this time of the year. 11:31 is the time, and perfect fall weather for us here in the valley. Let's check temps now. 74 degrees at McCarran, 73 Southern Highlands, 73 North Las Vegas, and 73 in Henderson, 69 Boulder City. The story goes on. Perfect. 78 degrees where I think we'll be by lunchtime, and then 85 eventually for the high, lots of sunshine, light winds. There will be a fairly decent dip in temperatures. In fact, almost 20 degrees by next week. We'll talk about that in just a bit, Lisa.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Now to our top story, an ABC News exclusive in the Jerry Sandusky child molestation scandal. A teenager who was always anonymously known as victim number 1 is now publicly sharing his nightmare. Thanks for joining us for the second half of Action News Live at midday. I'm Lisa Remillard. Casey Smith is off. The teenager says he was abused by the former Penn State assistant football coach for years. ABC's Mark Greenblatt has his story.
For years, he was known in court records as victim number 1. But now Aaron Fisher is ready to come out from the shadows.
A victim means, like, you know, people feel sympathy for you. I don't want that. I would rather be, you know, somebody that did something good, like a hero or something.
The trial of convicted child molester and former Penn State football coach Jerry Sandusky may not have happened without Fisher's testimony. In an exclusive interview, Fisher, now 18 years old, tells ABC's Chris Cuomo he was just 10 when he was invited to a summer camp for the coach's charity for troubled boys, Second Mile. Soon after, Fisher says Sandusky showered him with special attention, pulling him out of school during the day, even inviting him to sleepovers at Sandusky's home. That's where Fisher says the abuse happened.
But you weren't able to say,
no,
this guy is a monster, he's sexually assaulting me.
I couldn't do it.
By the time Fisher was 15, he reached the breaking point and finally told his mother and the school's principal that Sandusky was sexually abusing him. But Fisher and his mom were shocked by the principal's response.
Go home and think about what? What is there to think about? We need to call the police right now.
That principal still works at Fisher's old school, and it's there where Chris Cuomo confronted her.
Why are you moving so fast now when you moved so slowly when Aaron needed your help? I don't understand this. Why would you avoid?
Fisher writes about the horror of the abuse that he suffered and how he found the courage to speak out in his book, Silent No More. As for the criminal case on Thursday, Sandusky asked the judge to overturn his conviction and grant him a new trial, saying that his lawyers had insufficient time to prepare. Mark Greenblatt, ABC News, New York.
The Boy Scouts of America organization is coming under fire this midday over the release of 20,000 documents detailing alleged decades of sexual abuse by Scout leaders. Those files include memos between Scouting officials and letters from victims, some dating back to the mid-60s. They contain the names of more than 1,200 alleged pedophiles, and a third of the cases, the Boy Scouts of America says the accusations were never reported to police. It's now too late for a lot of them to be prosecuted because the statute of limitations has expired.
Child abuse thrives in secrecy, and secret systems are where it breeds. And these secrets are out.
The Boy Scouts of America has issued a statement saying, quote, nothing is more important than the safety of our scouts, unquote. Critics say much more is needed by an organization that built its name on reputation and trust. Now to an Action News update on that litter of 6 newborn kittens that died after being pelted with rocks here in the valley. Now, local animal advocates tell Action News Metro is taking over the case. They say investigators have questioned some teenagers about what happened. As far as we know, there have not been any arrests. Neither Clark County Animal Control or Metro detectives are sharing any details at this point because they say there is an ongoing investigation. Clark County Commissioner, though, Steve Sisolak, is now getting involved. He says he will make sure whoever is responsible for the cruelty to these animals will be held accountable.
We are working with Metro regarding hopeful prosecution of this, and if they decide not to move ahead with this, the county, I've been told, can ask the DA to pursue prosecution as a result of the county's investigation.
Animal advocacy groups are offering monetary rewards for any information on who might be responsible for those kitten deaths. Remember when those chimps were loose back in July? Well, now some new rules are being proposed to regulate ownership of exotic animals here in Las Vegas. Nearly 100 owners and breeders, though, showed up for an animal advisory board meeting last night. They had a lot to say about this. The proposed rules increase ownership and permit fees, among other things. They also make animal control officers responsible for inspecting and certifying where exotic animals can be kept, even in private homes. Some folks call the proposed rules arbitrary, expensive, and unfair.
I do have a problem with how vague it's written because I personally don't have an income that would support the things that nobody knows I have, nobody's been offended by, chased by, bitten by.
There will be several more opportunities for the public to give its input before the rules go into a final county commission vote. Red, white, and blue 2012, it's business as usual in the race for the White House. Both President Obama and Mitt Romney are back on the campaign trail today. The commander-in-chief is rallying in Virginia before heading to Camp David, where he will spend the weekend preparing for the third and final debate against Mitt Romney on Monday. Romney is in Florida for a rally with country music singer John Rich. It's almost time to cast your vote. Your ballot, in this race. Early voting kicks off in Nevada tomorrow. In 2008, about 48% of the registered voters here in the Silver State cast their ballots early. Voting is already underway in 30 states. Experts predict more than 30% of voters nationwide will hit the polls before Election Day. Now to a story that's positively Las Vegas. Some of the bright lights of Las Vegas are going purple today. It's all part of Spirit Day. You're taking a live look at the Welcome to Las Vegas sign. Our city is joining in other communities all over the country and taking a stand against bullying. It also shows support for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgendered youth. The Fremont Street Experience, the lights up there will also go purple at 10 and 11 o'clock tonight. Still ahead on Action News, Taylor Hicks, pros from Dancing with the Stars, and the Jersey Boys, all on one stage at one time for a good cause. We have a special guest in the studio to talk about a great event happening this weekend. But before we go to break, let's take a live look at the Dow Jones. It's down more than 200 points on some really bad numbers from Google, McDonald's, several big corporations. It's been this way since yesterday. It does not seem to be rebounding. We'll be right back.
This is Action News Midday with Lisa Remillard, Casey Smith, and Weather First with meteorologist Mike Tsolinas.
11:41 the time. Beautiful day outside, and it's going to remain that way not only for the rest of today, but for tomorrow as well, and a good bit of Sunday before we start to see some fairly significant changes coming weather-wise for us. 74 degrees our current temperature. That is, of course, at McCarran. 73 at Mesquite. 82 Laughlin. 69 Indian Springs. And 75 degrees in Pahrump. 53 Lee Canyon. Lovely day outside. 73 North Las Vegas. 67 Blue Diamond. 73 in Henderson. And 69 degrees Boulder City. Lots of sunshine today. Light winds. Makes it a great day to get out and about. 78 by lunchtime, and then probably 85 for the high. Now, that's as warm as we're going to be here for the short time coming, because we've got a trough of low pressure coming our way that's really going to cool us off, and with it will come the jet stream. So this is the Big Daddy coming our way for later this week. Today looks great. Basically pure sunshine, satellite imagery coming back high and dry, but we have a cold front headed our way. Now, that cold front will be well to the north of us tomorrow, and we'll start running our way for Sunday. So tomorrow looks good. We'll see highs in the mid-80s. And then Sunday, that cold front starts drawing near, squeezing the atmosphere. As it does, so the winds are going to pick up. Temperatures drop a little bit, and then the front just kind of stalls almost right on top of us on Monday. And it takes really until Wednesday that we can get this entire pattern through. So almost progressively each and every day, with the exception of one on the upcoming 7-day outlook, temperatures are going to cool off. 61 tonight, 84 tomorrow. And really, you know, like almost a grade A letter perfect day tomorrow again. Then Sunday, a couple of fair weather clouds, and the winds will pick up in proximity to that front, 80. And then that front basically just lays to the west of us on Monday, 76. Kind of sloshes back and forth through the area a little bit. And then Tuesday, nice, 77. But then the jet stream and the entire system come through on Wednesday. That'll be partly cloudy. There is maybe just a scant chance of a little sprinkle Tuesday and on a Wednesday, but it's not a very good chance. Temperatures cool to 72 Wednesday, then 70 by Thursday. Now, you keep in mind today's 85. That's a 15-degree drop within 5 days. Lots of sunshine. Overnight, schnoozing temps in the mid-50s. That's good stuff there. And then Friday, warming back up a little bit, but overnight lows still in the mid-50s. Great way to just kind of crack open the window and just relax. Lisa?
Or you could go see a fabulous concert. You might not know what neurofibromatosis is, but you certainly know the entertainers who are trying to wipe it out. One of our friends, Jersey boy, Jeff Leibow, his lovely wife, Melody, are here to talk about the event that's happening on Sunday, and there is a very special reason why this event has taken place. Jeff, I want to start with you.
All right.
Why is that?
This was inspired by our daughter, Emma, who was diagnosed with neurofibromatosis when she was 9 months old. It's one of those things where there's no cure, there's no treatment, and I'm not one of those people that likes to sit still and not do anything, because there's really not a whole lot we can do for her. So what we've decided to do is start our own foundation and start producing this benefit concert. So this is actually the 2nd annual NF Hope concert.
It is a great event. I was there last year. It was fantastic. Melody, tell everybody at home what is happening on Sunday.
Well, we have a terrific lineup of entertainers. We have a show happening at Harrah's in the showroom. We have the Jersey Boys performing. We have Clint Holmes. We have people from Phantom, even though Phantom's not here, they work for Phantom. Sure. Just a lot of great entertainers happening, plus an auction as well with great items.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit, Jeff, about that auction, because you've got some pretty amazing things, and anybody can go on that auction website and bid, right?
Absolutely. This year, it's our first time we're having it online as well as live. That means you don't have to be at the concert to bid or even donate. But some of my items, we've got a 3-day vacation at Paris. It's 3 nights at Paris plus a day in the Mandara Spa plus tickets to Anthony Cools. We've also got even fine art. We have a friend in Los Angeles, Jimmy Mulligan, who's a Disney artist who is painting an original piece for us. We have restaurants, tickets to shows, even the brand new Cirque show that's coming out. So we've got incredible items.
Great stuff. Okay, so this concert, again, Melody, at Harrah's this Sunday at 1 o'clock. I understand even Taylor Hicks is coming. Our friend Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees, who also has been friends of this show, too. Lots of fun stuff happening on Sunday.
Yeah, and Delius from All for One.
Fantastic.
Doing a duet.
Okay, and tickets are how much?
Tickets start at $25 and go all the way up to $75 for VIP tickets, although the VIP tickets are almost completely sold out at this point.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a great thing you guys are doing, and I know Emma couldn't be with us today. She was here with us last year, but this year she's in school, so she's doing well in school.
She's doing great. Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, and she's going to be there. Right?
She will be there.
Absolutely. She'll make an appearance.
She's almost going to sing.
She's taking after Mom and Dad. All right, Jeff and Melody have brought by a great giveaway for us, and we are going to give it away right now. It's 2 VIP tickets to the NF Hope concert, plus a night stay at Harrah's, plus a poster signed by all of the performers, which you will receive at the show. Now, keep in mind that caller 13 at 876-1301. If you call caller 13, 876-1301, and you call right now, you have to pick up the tickets and the prize package today. So I can hear the phone ringing already. Enjoy the concert. Thank you guys both
so much, Lisa.
for stopping by and all the good work that you guys are doing here locally. Go see them on Sunday. Stick around. There is more to come. Here's Megan Tellis with a preview.
UNLV baseball is back in action this weekend, and are you ready to get your fright on? Your weekly dose of 13 things to do this weekend is coming up. Stay here. I'll see you after the break.
The 7-day forecast, sponsored by the all-new Station Casinos boarding pass. Get the card that gets you meals, cash back, and free slot play faster. Sign up today.
At Action News, you ask, we investigate.
Thank goodness that, Channel 13 is there to do this.
Together, making Las Vegas a better place to live. Action News, live at 11.
Hi, I'm Kim Johnson, professional dancer from Dancing with the Stars. Be smart, be safe, be seen. Join Action News in their pledge for crosswalk safety.
Weekends were made for fun, and fun is what's happening all around Las Vegas. From UNLV basketball to the corn maze in North Las Vegas, social media producer Megan Tellis tell us the 13 things we have going on.
Let's get rocking and rolling. I'm going to start it off with all things scarlet and gray. That's right, I'm talking about our UNLV Rebels baseball team. Cal State University Fullerton is coming to town. They challenge our boys this Saturday at 1 and Sunday at noon. Just head out to Earl E. Wilson Stadium. Let's go, boys. Beat those Titans. Our social spotlight shines on two very special viewers. I'm thrilled to announce that we received a lot of event tips via Facebook and Twitter this week, which I absolutely love. So I just wanted to say thank you for joining the conversation. Christian Valera says, I'm not sure the park, but it's in Henderson. Actors will be performing Hamlet at 7 p.m. Thanks for the tip, Christian. You got it. The city of Henderson presents Shakespeare in the Park featuring the Las Vegas Shakespeare Company. Grab your blankets this Saturday and head out to River Mountain Park. Hamlet begins at 7 p.m. And you'll love this, admission is free. Now, while some viewers will enjoy Shakespeare this weekend, others will be getting spooked out in honor of Halloween. Our Facebook friend and loyal KTNV viewer, Monica Mendoza, threw this comment up on our Facebook page. Haunted cornfields in Glendale. You better believe it. It's the perfect season to head to North Las Vegas for the Glendale Haunted Corn Maze at Stagecoach Depot. The gates open at 8 p.m. and tickets are just $13. For more details on these events and the full list of 13 things, visit ktnv.com. You know the drill. Have some fun this weekend, be safe, and send me pictures. You can find me on Twitter at mtellis or shoot me an email, photos@ktnv.com. For your 13 things to do this weekend, I'm Megan Tellis, Channel 13 Action News.
A final look at your forecast is coming up on Action News. Plus, a Texas man proves one man's trash is another man's Halloween treasure. That story after the break. Meet Kenton Duty and Caroline Sunshine from Shake It Up and Kyle Massey from That's So Raven at Nevada Wild Fest. They'll all be there Sunday, October 28th, Nevada Wild Fest at the Rio.
11:55 the time. Boy, it's beautiful out there, and it will remain beautiful for the rest of today. Lots of sunshine, temps up around 85, not much wind. Tomorrow, 84 and sunny. Sunday gets a little windy, and temperatures barely make it to 80 with a few clouds. And this time next week, I think you're looking at highs probably in the low 70s.
Very nice. All right, here's tonight's lineup on Channel 13. Sharp Tank at 8. What Would You Do at 9, 20 at 10, followed by Action News live at 11. And check out these Halloween decorations in Texas. Andy Bagrowski turned scraps of wood, cardboard, and styrofoam into Halloween art. Takes about 5 months for him to make it every single year, and each year he chooses a different theme. Bagrowski says he loves doing it, but this year's probably going to be his last. He says he's turning 60 years old, and it just takes way too much work to make it happen, but it certainly is very, very cool.
Wow.
I know. I wish I had that kind of time on my hands.
Like
Apparently I don't.
Park.
I know.
Yeah.
We want to say thanks so much to Jeff and Melody Leibow for coming in. Don't forget the NF Hope concert is this Sunday. Lots of headliners from the Las Vegas Strip will be there. Tickets start at just $25. Congratulations to our caller number 13 winner, David Wallach, for picking up that very VIP prize pack. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday morning. Bye-bye.
Injured in an auto accident? Call Harris & Harris Personal Injury Lawyers. Proven results.